All right, music fans and fans of world events and crazy poetry, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music and all that other stuff and doing it in real time for real people just like you right there and just like me right here. So Stevie Nicks has penned a letter to Vladimir Putin. Quote, "I hope you never sleep again," unquote. So the article comes to us from ABC Audio, whatever that is. Whenever there's some kind of crisis in the world, Stevie Nicks turns to her journal, and then she shares her words with her fans. All right, quick footnote here. Typically, journals are personal. When you write in a journal, aren't you kind of writing your own personal thoughts, which you're probably not going to share with anyone? Just saying here. Okay, so what's inspired her latest missive is the Russian invasion of Ukraine. On her socials, the two-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2 times, once with Fleetwood Mac and once on her own, which everybody made a huge deal of because Stevie Nicks is a woman, and apparently that's not supposed to happen more than once, and it did. And so congratulations again to Stevie Nicks for that big, huge achievement. Her catalog certainly possibly deserving of the second nomination, but I think there were a few women who hadn't won a Hall of Fame induction yet, hadn't been inducted yet, right? Who probably could have, should have gone through first, Pat Benatar being one, but I digress, okay? Carly Simon, possibly. She's up this year, so is Pat. They both should have gone in before Stevie Nicks. All right, so I wanted to put some music in there before I went on to this amazing poem. So she has posted a letter to Vladimir Putin, which is actually more of a poem. It begins, "Are you lonely, Mr. Putin? Are you lonely tonight? Is that why you sit at your long, long marble table alone in the night and through the day and talk to ghosts?" Wow, ghosts. Stevie Nicks knows about ghosts, so cut her some slack here, okay? Because you really have no friends. Everyone is afraid of you, afraid to even offer up good advice because great emperors don't listen to anyone but ghosts, she writes. Yeah, most emperors, which we know, Emperor Putin, right? That's what doesn't he call himself Emperor Putin? Walks around in a robe and I don't know. Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, the Russian Federation, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's a little spooky. It's a little spooky, a little scary. Anyway, Stevie then goes on to tell Putin that he will never be forgiven, adding, "Your ghosts will haunt you night and day. They will shake their heads and say, 'This time, Vladimir, you went too far.'" I don't think this is rhyming poetry. Anyway, "I hope you never sleep again," she writes. "I hope you sit at that long, ugly, lonely table for the rest of your life. I hope your ghosts surround you until you are old and gray and miserable." Well, Putin, I think, is what, 70 years old? And he's lost a bit of hair. And I think some of that hair is gray. So some of it's already happened, Stevie. Let's just, fast forward a little bit. You're doing good, though. This is a really good poem. She goes on to say, "I hope the history books in your country cease to ever write another word about you. I hope you turn to dust." Wow. Coming from the gold dust woman, I guess she would have somebody to hang out with. I don't know. I hope you become invisible. Well, never mind, because now he's invisible. He went from gray and miserable to dust to invisible. Gray and miserable to dust. Hey, I came up with a rhyme there. That's pretty cool. I hope you become the forgotten one. Okay, so we've gone from gray, miserable, dust, invisible, and now forgotten. She adds, concluding, "Thank goodness. The ghosts are coming, Mr. Putin. They're coming for you. Perhaps they're already here." So the ghosts, the ones he's listening to, are coming for him. Wow. Now, we could sit here and dissect this poem. Now, I want to read from an article, an actual news article. Here's the article. Just before Russian President Vladimir Putin launched his full-scale military assault on Ukraine, which has drawn accusations of potential war crimes and received global condemnation, the United States hit Somalia with the latest drone attack in its 15-year war against the impoverished nation. In a statement released Wednesday, the U.S. Africa Command. Now, this is what this means, that we have an outpost in Africa, all right? Not in the United States, but in another country that is set up to target other countries with drone attacks, all right? So in a statement released Wednesday, and this article, by the way, is dated February 25th, so it's not very long ago. The U.S. Africa Command said its Tuesday airstrike targeted suspected al-Shabaab militants. Does anyone know what an al-Shabaab militant is? After they attacked partner forces in a remote location near Duduble, D-U-D-U-B-L-E. This is the first known U.S. airstrike in Somalia in 2022, and it is the fifth airstrike since the start of President Joe Biden's tenure in the White House. So within a year, they've hit Somalia 5 times. Before him, Trump escalated the war in Somalia like no one had, and then Barack Obama was also engaged in Somalia, and of course, George W. Bush plunged the U.S. into conflict in Somalia in the first place in 2006. So this isn't whataboutism. I just want to make that clear. I'm just looking at the entire landscape from somebody who is a real peacemonger. I'm like Ann and Nancy Wilson. I'm peacemongers. I wonder how they feel about Putin, right? I'm sure they feel the same way as Stevie Nicks, who wants Putin to turn to dust. But, you know, she writes songs about dust, and so she's familiar with it. She writes songs with these themes in them. And in this poem, it's certainly clear what Stevie Nicks would like for Vladimir Putin. Keep in mind, most people in the media, especially the entertainment media and in the entertainment world, don't even understand what the United States has been doing in various countries now for, in this case, 15 years. And let's not even start on Yemen, okay? Let's not even go there. Look, there's no excuses for what's happening as far as the war aspect between Russia and Ukraine. It's Russia basically doing lots of damage to Ukraine. But it should be noted that Ukraine was attacking parts of its own country prior to that, and nobody is going to talk about that. Either that doesn't exist or it does. Does it give Putin the right to do this? I don't think so. The point being, though, is we've been at it for 15 years in Somalia. For what? So anyway, Stevie Nicks, very powerful poetry. You be the judge if this is something that you want to maybe keep for yourself. Maybe you can copy it. This is supposed to be Stevie Nicks's journal, so this might be valuable stuff one day when people remember back when Stevie Nicks was hoping that Vladimir would turn to dust. That's it. That's the video. Done. Thanks. Bye.